Hi, this is Josh Hicks for Indiana Court Times. I have with us today Delaware Circuit Court Judge Kimberly Dowling as our featured sidebar judge. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Just fine. I'm very excited to learn a little bit more about you today. In the sidebar article, you mentioned that you're a very competitive person, further noting that studying speech and debate drew you closer to the idea of studying law. Outside of being competitive in an educational or legal setting, where else does your competitive side come out?
I would suppose it probably started when I was young and I played softball, and that was really about the only sport that I played. But I would say that, it probably comes out some in maybe games, but I try not to let it show too much, maybe, with the kids or when they were growing up and we were playing games, but just mainly maybe politics. So when I ran for judge, that's obviously a very competitive thing anyway. So the normal types of things that you would see, I don't feel like I'm overly competitive.
I see. I fear I may be the same way. Before you joined the bench, you went from general practice to family law, and once
Right.
you were elected, your path had continued to revolve around family and education. You've been involved with the Judicial Education Committee, Indiana Council of Juvenile and Family Court Judges, the Children's Commission, just to name a few. What has been the most fulfilling thing being a part of those groups?
I would say just being able to make a difference. Those are things that as a practicing attorney, I never really felt I had time to do. And so when I got elected and I was able to be on some committees and do some of the type of work that I've been doing, I find that I have the connections that enable me to be able to make a difference. So working on human trafficking, being able to work with legislators and trying to improve the legislation in Indiana that deals with human trafficking, working with the Coalition for Court Access and being able to work on issues regarding self-represented litigants and being able to help with the start of the new Indiana Legal Help website, develop forms for self-represented litigants. All of those things have been ways of trying to help both the community, attorneys, but also the judiciary as well, and being able to provide things to them like forms or what have you that just help us all. And so that's just very fulfilling to me. I've enjoyed that a lot.
During the pandemic, how have you coped with all the changes both on and off the bench? How are you adapting?
It's been hard, but as I've talked to my colleagues, it's been hard for all of us. And to quote the Chief Justice, it's a heavy lift. But I think in talking with my colleagues, we've all been able to make changes, make adaptations that have benefited, again, both the judiciary and the bar, and also litigants, so that we're trying to keep everybody safe and yet administer justice. And so, just as so there are 5 judges here in Delaware County, just as we would get to a point where we thought we had something figured out, something else would come along and we'd be like, okay, that didn't work. We're going to have to start over on that again. And I know that every county is going through that. That's not just Delaware County. So it's just been a matter of talking a lot, coming up with plans, trying them out, fixing what doesn't work, and then, making another run at it.
To end this on a more lighthearted note, as a Ball State graduate myself, I know Muncie fairly well. I used to bike the Cardinal Greenway like all the time, miles
Yeah.
and miles a day. Do you have any favorite local spots in Delaware County or in Muncie you think we should visit?
Sure. So I would say if you want more of the outdoor activities, certainly the Cardinal Greenway, but also Prairie Creek Reservoir if you want to go boating or be out on a beach area. And then Morrow's Meadow in Yorktown, we like to go to and sometimes taken our daughter's dog over there and walked. It runs along the river there. And so you can really get right down there close to the water. If you're looking for a good place to eat, I would say probably Vera Mae's. That's one of our favorite restaurants, which is downtown. We also like to go to the Elm Street Brewery, which is, it's been open for a few years now. And they've got really good food. Sometimes they have outdoor music in the summertime. And So we like to go sit on the patio and listen to music there. So those are some of our favorite things to do here.
Thank you so much for your time. It was great learning a little bit more about you. For the rest of you out there, I suggest you head over to the Indiana Court Times blog, Sidebar, story on Judge Dowling by clicking the link in the bio. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks.